Peace and power. Just want to get on here and take the Bluetooth off. I just want to get on here and talk about watering your plants. A lot of you tell me or reach out to me or in conversation and tell me that you don't have plants because you're not a good plant person or whatnot. And so just had a download about plants. Your plants are not your emotional dumping ground. A lot of you don't have plants because just like the water is emotions, the water element, you all will get plants and then water them to death. And so you have to acknowledge that even in your relationships, nobody wants to be an emotional dumping ground. And so, and y'all ain't bring my lip chap chap. I just honestly, this is random. Mm, the wind won't let me be great. But yeah, your plants are not your emotional dumping ground. You cannot water your plants to death. And a lot of you, every time you think about it, you think you're taking care of the plant, so you dumping more water in it. And what it signifies is you being emotionally unstable. And ask me how I know. Sage is a teacher. We teach from experience, and so I too have killed some plants. Fern, a fern. I have a new fern, and I have killed them in the past because I think that because they come from a rainforest environment that they needed water, and so I went to the botanical gardens here in Fort Worth, and the atmosphere was not wet; it was more so misty. And I did try raising that same kind of fern in the bathroom, but it wasn't enough light. Um, if you're imitating the Amazon environment, because that's what it is with plants, you want to create the environment they would naturally thrive in. And so you wouldn't want to be off in the bathroom unless you had a ceiling light, in which we do in the bathroom. But I didn't have anything to hang it near the light or under the light at the time. And I wouldn't want to put nothing next to the light anyway. You know, when you have a light source from a window, that means there's an opening. So you don't want to keep opening that space up. So I wasn't gonna open it up anyway, but just I say that to say, stop over watering your plants, and then you could be an excellent plant mom. What's odd to me is that you never or you rarely went to our ancestors' house and saw them without a plant. And many of you are off balance because you don't have that earth element in your home. You have to have plants in your house. When I go to people's houses and there's no plants, the energy is different. And I can't say how, but it is. And so, yeah, you rarely went to our ancestors' house and they didn't have plants. So that's number one. Then stop trying to overwater your plants when you get them. I have my mom, my cousin, they can't seem to keep a plant alive. My mom, for a different reason, she didn't have a lot of light in her home. And when you have plants, this is another thing that's very weird. Y'all are moving into places where you don't open your windows. Does that make sense? You have to let the elements into your home. I don't care how hot it is. You have to. And so once a week, it won't be today or this week because it's been 102. But I do open windows. We still have a window in our homes. Never opening your window. Um, not having any plants, and then you have all this technology running all the time. None of that makes sense. And so yeah, when I come outside, I get a lot of downloads in my garden. And I was out here opening up greenhouse a little bit, and that was just random. Like, cause I hear people, like I say, people talk to me about their plants, and they be like, "Yeah, I can't keep them alive." It's like, yeah, you doing too much of something, and usually, especially females, it's overwatering. Overwatering. The second thing is not enough light. Just like you live through the sun. If the sun wasn't shining, you'd be really depressed. You wouldn't be thriving in your health and stuff. And so, same thing with a plant. And then some of you, when you grow in your garden, and my face pillar, I wash my face now. When you grow in your garden, y'all want to keep y'all seedlings in the house like they stay in the house. The seedlings are not made for the house, y'all. Y'all be on some weird shit. The seedlings is made for outside. And it's not weird in a bad way. It's just you're not thinking nature. I see so many people start their seeds, they have a tray full of them, they are wonderful. And them seeds never make it outside. And they never harvest any actual food because gardening is consistency, and it is very hard because you have to actually show up physically and mentally. And so gardening is all the elements. Number one, you got the fire, the doing, the taking care of something. The water element is involved, the earth, and the air. All four elements are involved in gardening. And so that would be a perfect way to bring balance to your life. It just makes me think a lot about the suicide rate and stuff like that. It's like, because you're not doing what your ancestors did. Y'all are sitting in these homes with, and I'm going to say it again, not trying to be funny. I'm not going to apologize for the type of downloads I get. My message is straightforward because I'm sad. We shoot straight. And so, y'all got all this technology in your house and not one plant. It's just extra off balance. And technology has its place, but I still don't understand too people that let these boxes run all night. At nighttime, I cut that Wi-Fi box off, all the electricity off, most of it. We don't leave lights on and all that. We have pink salt lamps plugged at night, but that's about it. And that's just because you don't want your house pitch dark. We have one light that we leave on, and it's a Himalayan light. But just at the end of the day, you gotta cut this stuff off. It's like living in a microwave, literally. Not to mention, you're not opening your windows. You're not opening your blinds when you get up. Every morning, I get up and open up all the curtains. I want to let some light in. And so, yeah, the plants, don't overwater them. Nobody wants to be your emotional dumping ground. Your emotions is your water. Emotions is water, I say. And then in gardening, it's just a very common problem. It is. Um, Even once you get your plants into the ground, you have to switch up your watering because most plants, after they get kind of mature, they don't really want their leaves wet like that. And same with people. You wouldn't want to be sitting in water. It would have to dry out. It needs oxygen. And so the older they get, that's why I started using water bottles. If you don't like the water bottles, that's fine. Like I said, you can't do it with glass water bottles unless you got some glass bottles. And they do sell these things that you can stick in a water bottle, but it didn't work well for me. I will post those in the Patreon because I do still have them, and you can try those. But See, that download was for somebody. It's like, and it could have been for me. Like I said, I have killed a couple of plants as well. Have no shame, no fear. Um, I'm just not learning just to leave my fern alone. And so that's number one though in the world. People, they plants not surviving. My cousin, she wasn't overwatering hers. Somebody toted her plant off. She put her plant outside. If you got a house plant, you can sit them outside. I don't take my house plants outside to sit though, because I don't want no bugs and no extra action going on in the dirt. I do take them out occasionally when it rains to be watered with rainwater. And if it pour down this weekend, they will be outside. Plants love rainwater. But other than that, yeah, I wouldn't be just sitting outside. Unless you plan on decorating your patio with it. That's something different. I have elephant ears right now. Two sprouted out of 25. Let's say that. Out of 25, maybe five didn't make it to potting. They went bad in the box, but with plants in general, it's the same thing. They require a lot of water and shade. They don't like a whole lot of sun. They can take some, but they don't still don't like to be soggy. They have to be in an area that drains really well. And so, if you plant plants outside your home, mulch is your best friend. You go out there, you dig everything up, put you down some gardening fabric, landscaping fabric. You're gonna put some of that dirt back in there, and then you're gonna use some plants in dirt too. Put your plants in the ground. They can be in between the original dirt and the plant dirt. And once you do that, you're gonna secure them by pressing them down in the ground, of course. And then you put the mulch on it and water them down. And with bulb plants, you do want to feed them when you first plant them. You can use bone meal. We discuss stuff like this in the Patreon. And once you do that, they will sprout. But this box, I first time growing elephant ears, I didn't know about the bone meal. I didn't know, you know, you take bones and feed bulb plants, some potatoes and stuff like that. And so if you are trying to grow some, and it's all natural, bones are natural, believe it or not. It really grows bulb plants very well, number one. But number two, like stuff like potatoes, carrots, beets, it's good for that soil. That whatever would be in the soil is any plant. Gardening is creating the environment that the plant would naturally thrive in. And that goes for your food too. But yeah, I got on here to share with y'all about the watering. That was so deep. And I was like, let me go live. And instead of going on Instagram, I came on here. I like Instagram, but it's just something about it. And YouTube has its things too. I was censored on here as well. But I don't do a whole lot of behavior to be censored. And so it's okay. They didn't want to hear nothing about those jabs. The jabs, anything health related, YouTube didn't want to hear. And so they started pushing me down in the algorithm. And I just gave it some air. I went on Instagram. I went over there and read the Kabbalion to y'all, the rights of the indigenous people. It's over there on Instagram. I read that to y'all. We read the Kabbalion a couple of times, forward and backwards. We spent a lot of time in that book last planting season. It was spring and we were sowing a seed. And I can say for right now, I do feel a little more balanced this year in the garden. I'm not as emotional. Yesterday, my greenhouse was upside down and on the roof of my shed, okay? We talking about a metal greenhouse with a big heavy piece of plastic. And so I just was like, okay, can't get mad. I let my how I feel about the situation out, and I just we put it back up there. Me and my family, we got over there. We lifted that metal and plastic up. It got a little bendy, but the greenhouse is back secure. I just want my plants covered. They spray a lot, and then not just that, my plants love it. If something is working, why change it? This will be my first year doing a no dig. We have a new bed. We have a new greenhouse, but a new bed to where we didn't dig in the ground. We put cardboard down and piled up gardening soil, and we planted some stuff over there. And I love it. I ain't gonna lie. It's not covered at all. It has a tree over it. And so the tree does part of the work, I would say, but just in general, we even had a try. For me, I'm learning that nature has its own process. And so you don't have to worry about too much. Am I gonna get rid of the greenhouses? Not. Probably won't be. What I want to do is design a greenhouse for my yard and get somebody to build it. Being a gardener, that opens you up to other avenues because not a lot of people garden. And then if you can get your own design going, it'll be more successful growing. And so I had a download about that. It's real. I have downloads about plants and greenhouses, and they are both profound. Okay, stop watering your plants to death. You're on an emotional roller coaster. You're trying to take the plant with you. Let that plant alone. I don't care what kind of plant you got. All plants love water. Some don't need as much, and so that's very important. But yeah, that was the download for today. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time. We got to get another grape vine planted today. That's the last one. We got two planted yesterday. And I guess I could show y'all around. I don't like showing my garden, but I mean I guess it's being an example. My Patreon is fine, but just publicly, I think I'll keep it for the Patreon. Those are people that we get to know each other. They're growing, I'm growing, and so it's reciprocity. We talk all about plants, any kind of plant. We talk about healing. All of us came from a astrology class and a high priestess class, um, and some people were in the magician's class as well. But we all were doing self work, and so we met healing, and then the garden is just like therapy. But yeah, we're getting grapevines planted. I just want this to be like an oasis of fabulousness. And you know, your home is your peace. I love it. Every part. I made sure to have me some trees in my yard when I was looking for a house. And I enjoy the trees. Y'all know I was gonna put a tree swing up in here. But yeah, I hope your day goes well. I got to go and make me some onion and I'm planting some onion. I planted sweet potatoes yesterday. These onions and something. I'm planting some lettuce, onions, and it's another bulb plant. But yeah, I'm just trying to get everything planted, honestly. Once everything get in the ground, it's just a little easier for me. I'm still trying to sprout some rosemary. Um, my rosemary, I had to redo my herb box, and it don't look like it made it. And I love rosemary, so I gotta go up front. I gotta repot my lavender, and prune it. I want more flowers, and so lavender is used to a hot, dry climate, and so I'm gonna go up there and chop it all down and let it regrow the flowers to produce more. And so I'm saying all that to say I got a lot to do there. Okay. The first thing will be to get us a hole going for our grape plant, though. I think that's going to be a success. We have the fence space to do it. I planted 3 different types of muscadines. We are gonna, see how they turn out, and if they're good, we're gonna try to get us a little spot at the farmers market and sell our produce. Because when your garden starts growing, it's a lot. If you trim your plants the way you're supposed to, it'll produce and it's gonna be more than you can ever eat. I'll tell you, unless you just eat a whole lot. We don't maybe twice a day, and yeah, we gave away a lot of food last season. So I just want to see how it turns out, though. I'm gonna try to order me some pruning shears. Keep these grapes finely tuned. I want them to be like beauty on the fence. Like when you gonna get your hair done, like how they maintain the moisture and making sure your ends, you don't have a bunch of split ends and stuff. That's what I want to do for my grapes because I want them to produce and I want them to be happy. And not just that, we got a lot of birds around here. Y'all know birds love grapes and stuff like that. And so we're gonna I got some netting. I don't know how far the netting will go, but we're gonna net the grapes so the birds don't think they for them. We probably won't start netting until maybe the 3rd year because for one, they're not edible when they first start growing anyway. Well, I guess you can taste them. They just don't taste to their fullness. They're not in their prime. My seed came up with the idea, and we can't wait to bring it to y'all. We gotta get the grapes in full production first, but I think they're gonna do well. We had wild grapes going there anyway, and so definitely get some real grapes growing. And like I said, we're gonna maintain the appearance of it, have it coming across the fence, and then we have several fences, okay? And so I don't know. I might have bitten off more than I could chew. I ain't gonna flex. Sometimes I be delusional when it comes to this growing thing, and I don't realize, hey, you're the only one gonna be taking care of it. But they're in the ground. We got one more. And then, like I said, today will be my last day of planting random things. I just wanted me some onions. So I am planting onions. I wanted some lettuce, so I'm going to plant some lettuce. And there was one more root thing. I wonder. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I got cantaloupe in the house, orange watermelon in the house. All this stuff is coming out this week, and I'm going to be so relieved. I've had food growing in my house now for like the last 3 months, back to back. We keep growing. Whatever we're going to plant, we plant it, and we get it over in the greenhouses. So once it gets stable, it's ready. And y'all, we're going to have so many peppers. Stuff that I can ship, I will. Of course, you'll be paying for your shipping. But if you want to order some of this food, please believe we'll get it to you. I don't know how well the greens will hold up, but the peppers, stuff like that, I think they'll hold. I had so many cayenne peppers last year, it was crazy. My homegirl and them were putting them in vinegar and just eating them. I'm like, yeah. And I have a lot dehydrated as well, but, ooh. You know what? When the kale grow, I want to make me some kale chips. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm growing a whole bunch of greens. The collard greens, we definitely gonna try to make some chips with those as well. Cause I have like 5 bushes planted. I don't know why I did that. In the house, I got 2 more collard green plants that are coming out. I also have. We planted cabbage yesterday. I did. I did. I love cabbage too. Okay. I love greens. We planted some cabbage yesterday. We planted some broccoli. We'll see if it's coming up. The broccoli in the house never makes it out the house. I don't know why. I don't know if it just needs this heat right away. I don't know. It just didn't make it. So we replanted that because I love broccoli. Um, We're gonna try some chip. I got dinosaur kale, and it looks good to me for making chips. And so we're gonna get some olive oil on there, some sea salt and black pepper and salt, kale chips. We're gonna play with a little, little flavor and all this stuff. If it turns out good, I'll put it in the Patreon. I love making recipes, making them and sharing them. That's my thing. And so yeah, y'all, the sunflower seed, they're growing right. The leaves are very good for you. I need to look up a recipe to tell me how to enjoy the leaves because I don't necessarily want to put them in a smoothie. They're very fibrous. I tried that last time, and it just made the smoothie really thick and gross. And so maybe I can make some sunflower seed leaf chips. I'll look it up, keep y'all posted. And like I said, I'll post it on Patreon. Shout out to my gardening network. Y'all gotta get out of here. Look at my house. It's just growing, y'all. I love it. We went out, saw a live band. I had my goddess braid in. I was ready. We enjoyed ourselves. We came back home feeling like we took time to enjoy some social. Y'all, I keep telling people get out the house. Don't sit in the house all goddamn summer. Socialize. We doing it. We doing it. We growing. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the goddamn grapevine. Let me see if y'all can see it. They both too far for y'all to see it on the phone. And so they on those fences though. It is. Well, that's one. Hold on. Is that it? Hold on. I zoomed in too. Now they got the Okay, right though. That is a grapevine. Boom. It's secure. I can't wait to eat those grapes, okay? But yeah. I'm gonna go and get out of here, y'all. I be going on and on about these plants. Anybody get on the phone with me, they know. They be like, girl, I'm calling you back. I'm like, all right. All right, then. All right, y'all. Peace and power. I'm gonna get out of here.